Another PS5. This one is interesting. So the USBs are not being recognized and they're giving an error, but they're not broken. So let's see what's going on. So I'm gonna turn on the PlayStation. They say that the customer is getting a USB, too many devices connected USB error on the system, and the system's running slow. So I'm not sure if it's indicative of the APU going out, it's overheating, maybe they just have a bad USB. So there it is. The error is too many USB devices connected. That's the error that it's coming up. But it kind of stopped. Oh, I was a little sluggish. There it is again. Too many USB devices connected. And I do not see the controller charging at all. So go ahead and put it in the back USB. Again, no power whatsoever to the USBs at all. So let me make sure this thing is charging. Make sure the controller is actually charging. This might be a bad bonked controller. I have the red one we just worked on. So this controller is not charging at all. It's not getting any power. We're going to grab a controller I know works. So I just fixed it. I just gotta find it. There it is. This is one that's missing that button. Some kid threw this thing and destroyed it, but I ended up fixing it. But we don't have, unfortunately, we don't have the right trigger, and this is like a V4 version 4 of the PS5 controller, and we don't have any. So that's charging. Let's see if it charges on the system. I can't even pair the device because the USBs aren't working. So even if I wanted to, there's definitely something going on with the USBs, so okay. That's our repair for right now. So I'm gonna take this thing apart and take a look on the inside. I have an idea where to start, but there's no guarantee. This is the first time I've seen this issue with the multiple USB devices on this. Also, it's running sluggish, which may be, like I said, an overheating issue, but we may have underlining other problems in this. So hopefully, I actually don't know if this has ever been taken apart either, so we can figure that out right now. I mean, it's dusty for sure. I have a feeling this thing's overheating. I mean, Look at the dust on this thing. Let's check the other side. Oh yeah, she dusty. It's never been opened, which is good. So now I'm not too afraid that someone else has been in here. But clearly, we need some need to clean it up. It's probably overheating. Now, unfortunately, that's probably not the root cause of the USB issue, but that is the root cause of it being slow and sluggish. It's probably it's overheating. It needs to be cleaned. So I'm gonna take the whole thing apart and we're gonna take a look. No, they didn't tell me anything else when it came to the disk drive. Whether I'm having issues with that. Oh yeah. This has definitely never been opened. There it goes. Okay. Get this motherboard out of here. Not horrible. A lot of puddling up here. It's definitely dry up here. Okay. Put the motherboard to the side. I'm gonna take this last piece of metal off so we can get to the heat sink, so I can make sure that's blown out and cleaned out. And make sure the motherboard is blown out and cleaned out. The motherboard, the power supply. Yeah, man. From my small amount of knowledge, if I want to take those out, I gotta take these last out right here. Here's the power supply. Definitely needs to be blown out for sure. There's some dust in here. Not that bad though. This is actually, yeah, fairly clean. It's good. All right, motherboard time. The worst thing is, if I'm not mistaken, the two USBs are connected to this guy right here. But I was reading on Reddit on some other forums whether this happens or you get this USB, multiple USB devices plugged in, there is potential for a short on one of the components. Hopefully this didn't burn itself out. So I'm gonna pull up the forums and read up a little bit more and figure out exactly where this item is and see if it's not working. All right, so I'm looking at, put it around, apparently this area right here, right here, is a 3-volt regulator that gives power to USB, and supposedly if you run into this issue, put our diode reader into continuity mode. Zoom me back out. Whoop. Supposedly we'll find ground. Supposedly this component right here tends to blow out. Yeah, look at that. It has a short right there. So this 3-volt regulator regulates it to, I think, the USB, but it is shorted. So supposedly this item right, if you could see it. Yeah, I'm looking at the motherboard. There's definitely a huge dry spot on this APU. So get that cleaned up before we put it in, because that's probably what's causing the overheating. Hopefully it didn't, warm up to Kingdom Come and kind of kill itself. It is a concern. Let's see. like any liquid metal got past this, which is good. Okay. It's a lot better, a lot more distributed. Alright, let's put her back in. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can charge the controllers or not. See if the USBs are working. Plug in a USB Type-C cable and see if I get anything. Still nothing. So, Reddit. Too many USB devices connected. Too many USB devices connected. Too many USB devices connected. If I push on the APU, does it work? Nope. Okay. Oh, fantastic. All right. We're going to try to chase the short. We're going to wild goose hunt. At least there is a short. And I was really hoping this would be easy. Maybe a broken USB. Something easy to see spot. That's the front USB too. I could check the oh, it's still paired. I just turned back on the PS5. Wait. Did it pair? It's not charging. Huh. That's weird. I thought I unpaired it. Maybe just turned it off. Yeah, still got the error. I can't do anything with this controller. This controller is paired, the white one, but it's not charging at all when I plug it in. There's definitely something wrong with the controller as well. But the system, we got to figure out why the USBs aren't charging. That's the big thing. So, like, this USB is not pairing my controller. And this controller is not charging. So, that's really indicative of, like, a broken USB. But I didn't see any. We looked. I could check to see if that short's still here on this guy, which it probably is. So, let me get in there. I have the system still plugged in. Yeah, the short's still there. I'll turn on the system. .07. Trying to figure out, because this is supposed to be a 3-volt rail. It's 5 volts, not 3 volts. Switch over so you guys can see. And my multimeter says that's 5 volts going in. Is there supposed to be 3 volts coming out? That's like 0.7 of a volt. Is this a 3-volt line? Remember, this is new and this is new. We know we got 5 volts coming in from here. That's our 12-volt line. This is the output of 3.3 right here. 3.3. Are we supposed to get 3 volts here? Huh. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's go back to the wiki. According to this, let's see. The PlayStation uses 2.5 current limit high side switch IC to provide power to the USB ports. From the data sheet, we're supposed to have 5 volts going in and 3.3 volts coming out. Are these all supposed to be 3 volts out? Oh, it gets 3 volts and 5 volts. USB hub in consumer applications PC. Personal equipment 2.8 current limit high, which we replaced. Okay. All we know is we do have a short still on here. That's not supposed to be on there. That's what I do know. Oh, the short's gone. We're going to 0.8. The short is gone. So are we chasing something that doesn't matter? I'm gonna come over here to this back USB and probe a bit and see what I can learn. I don't know if one of these is supposed to get any voltage. I think these are 5-volt USBs. So we should have 5 volts coming in here. Which clearly we don't. Right? We don't have it 5 volts coming in. Do we even have 5 volts? 3.3. Are we short on a 5-volt rail? Where's our 12? I mean, I see the 5 here. Here is 12. That is 1.3 volts. What's this? 12. 12 volts. Okie dokie. Let's turn it off. Yeah, my research didn't give me any more information than the Reddit post. I mean, that is supposed to be. Oops. The system turn off and unplug it. I mean, it's not supposed to be grounded. That's all I know. It's not supposed to be. Now here, short. All right, so I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna try to find the component that's causing this short, because it's not supposed to be shorted. At least give me an idea of what I'm supposed to do. So I'm gonna take it back apart and continue looking. And the leak is still continuing. So on top of trying to fix this PS5, I gotta deal with the leak too again. Alright. I have not been able to find any information regarding this short, similar to this short at all. Unfortunately, it did fry the APU. So I've followed the circuit all the way down to the front USB connector, and everything is shorted. The only thing I haven't taken off is the APU. So it's probably a short underneath the APU, which sucks because we can't fix that. I don't have the means to take an APU off. I don't have a heat bed or anything like that. So, and I wish I could, because that would 100% verify. If we took the APU off and the short disappears, then we know for sure the APU was shorted. Somewhere one of the solder balls or something fried or something. What the customer stated was that they have their controller plugged in just to charge, and apparently something happened in between when he got back home and it fried the whole thing. So maybe a little bit of a warning. Don't leave your controller plugged in. I gotta do the same thing at home though. My controller's always plugged in, so pay attention, watch out. And because of today, my controller will no longer be left plugged in. So, yeah. I've had that thing plugged in since I got it. Yeah. I would recommend not doing that.